I'm Jamie Smith, and I'm going to do a quick demonstration for you of a new add-on called CFFB Fire Event. And this gives you the ability to fire a standard or custom Facebook pixel event based on the click on anything on a ClickFunnels page. And so I'm going to show you how that works real quick. This might be if you wanted to, say, do an add to cart fire of a pixel event when somebody clicks on a button to show the order form. If somebody clicks on a button, you want to say, hey, this isn't considered an add to cart. I want to tell Facebook that so they can optimize for that. Then this will allow you to do that. So let's go ahead and get it installed, and I'll show you a few buttons and how it might work. So I've just got a standard order form here, and I've added a few buttons down at the bottom. One that's set to fire an add to cart, one that's set to fire a lead, and one that's set to fire and initiate checkout. And so all I need to do is actually grab the code. So you grab the code from the members area and just copy and paste that in to the settings, and then tracking code, and then footer code section. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, I've got some other code installed here, so it's no big deal. But if I scroll down here, it's this code that's actually installed right here. So I'm just going to get rid of this just like it didn't even exist. So we'll just wipe that out and just say any other code that you have in here, just scroll past it, add a couple extra lines, and go ahead and paste that code in. And so this is that code for the actual for the add-on to fire a Facebook event. And you'll notice in the code, when you see it in the members area, there's actually a list of the Facebook standard events. So this is a purchase, an add to cart, lead, initiate checkout, view content, search, add to wish list, add payment info, and complete registration. These are the events that you can actually fire. The one thing to be aware of is a purchase event requires a value and a currency to be passed through. Now, you're probably not going to fire these very often. You're probably not going to actually fire a purchase very often, but you can also add value and currency to several of the others, like to the lead, to an add to cart, to an initiate checkout. You can actually send over value and currency as well, and the add-on actually supports for that, and I'll show you how that works. So that's all you need to do is copy and paste the code in here, and then the next thing we want to do is say you've got a button on your page, and you want, when somebody clicks on this button, you want to consider this an add to cart. They're adding an order item to their cart and getting ready to purchase it. So the way we set this up to fire that event is actually go into this button. The action can be anything that you want it to be, just like all your normal button functions work. But the thing that we're going to do a little bit differently than normal is we're actually going to go in to the settings and then go down to the Get CSS Info tab, this little hashtag icon. We're going to click on that, and then we'll see in the CSS Info, the title here, we've got CFFB-Fire, CFFB-Fire-Add to Cart. And this needs to be the name of the event that you want to fire. Now, it's important to note that these the events are very specifically named, and they're very specifically capitalized. So add to cart is the appropriate capitalization. So you want to put that in there as well, because that's the event that's actually going to be fired over to Facebook. And then there's another dash, and then after this dash is a value, and this is 47, which would be $47. If you wanted to do $47.95, it would be 47.95 you would need to send over, and that's the value that's going to be sent over to Facebook. And then the other thing you can do if you need to, but only if you need to, is to add in a currency code. So by default, the add-on is going to assume that you are sending over US dollars, so it's going to set it to USD. If you need to use anything other than US dollars, then you can put in that three character currency code. So if you wanted to put in euros, you would put -EUR and do that in uppercase just to make sure everything is accurate according to what Facebook wants. So we're going to go ahead and click update on that button, and now this button will fire an add to cart with $47.95 in euros. And that's what that will do. And then fire a lead is just basically very similar. Again, we're going to go into our Get CSS Info, and the only thing we need to do here is, hey, we want to fire a lead. Now, if you don't add an additional dash after this, then there's no value going to be sent across. But if you want to send a value over, you can send a value of 1, or you can send a value of, hey, each lead I know is worth $25, then you can send over lead -25. Anytime time you send over a value, it will send over a currency automatically of USD. So if you need currency other than USD, you need to change and set your own currency after that. You could put the USD if you wanted to, but you don't need to. It could be EUR, could be, you know, GBP, you know, CAD, whatever your currency code is. If it's your US dollars, all you have to do is really put in the value. But we're going to leave that without a value. We're just going to say it's going to fire a lead. And then initiate checkout, a very similar setup is identical. It's just the only thing that is really changing here is the name of the event that we want to fire. So in this case, it's initiate checkout. So once we've got those fired, then we're going to go ahead and click save. And then once we click save, I'm going to go ahead and open this up in an incognito window so we can take a look at this. And I've got my Pixel Helper running here so we can take a look at this. Now we'll see that there are a few other pixels on the page. I've got some other code installed. So we can see if we can go here, we've got a page view pixel that's firing. We've got a purchase here that's airing out, and that's because I haven't actually fired it yet because it's actually firing on my order. So that one is all good. And then the next ones I want to look at are these buttons. They should each fire a different pixel event, and they're just gonna scroll the page back to the top because the action is set to not do anything. But if I click fire add to cart, and notice it scrolled me back to the top. And if I take a look at I'm not sure, give me just 1 second. I'm not sure why my page all of a sudden lost my pixels. There we go, they're back. Okay, let's do this one more time. There we go. And now let's take a look at our Pixel Helper. Looks like the Pixel Helper had a little problem there. So if I click this over and look at the add to cart, we'll notice that the value is set to $47.95, which is what I told it to be, and the currency is set to euros. And so it's firing an add to cart event. We get a little green checkbox, which means it was sent to Facebook, Facebook accepted it. And so the value of $47.95 in euros was sent to Facebook when I clicked that button. Now let's go ahead and click the fire a lead button. If I click that button, you'll notice we get another pixel event, and now I get my lead is being fired. And if I check that, there's no event info because I didn't send any over a value or a currency. It's just firing a lead event. And if I click one more time to initiate checkout, we should have another event now for initiate checkout. So we'll notice that again, I didn't pass a value or a currency, so it's just going to fire a straight up initiate checkout event. So now you can go into Facebook and you can actually custom, basically do targeting based on those things. You can do reporting based on those things. So those events are being fired over. So if you want to do some targeting based on those people that have initiated a checkout, you can do that based on that button, or have done an add to cart. You have clicked a button to actually, add an item. They said, hey, I want to buy this item, and consider that an add to cart. So go and look and see, I don't want to just target people that have landed on my sales page. I want to target people that have landed on my sales page and clicked a button. So this add to cart gives me that ability. And so that is an option there. And then the other thing that we can do is actually fire a custom event. So let's say we wanted to add one more button here, and we want to call this fire a custom event. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to set this up, and instead of CFFB fire initiate checkout, it's not going to be one of our standard events. It's going to be a custom event, and we just want to call this clicked custom. Just like that. I would do keep it very simple. I would do this uppercase and different words so you can kind of read that and tell that, and you can look for that, and then you can actually retarget based on those events inside of Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and click update there and click save. And now let's go ahead and go back to our incognito window, and let's go ahead and refresh this page. Take a second for it to load here. Now we have our other button, and you can see we've got our standard 3 pixels that started up, our page view and our purchase, and then the micro data. And then now let's go ahead and click our button here, fire a custom event, and now you'll notice we get a clicked custom event fired over. And so that clicked custom now is going to be retargetable inside of Facebook. So I'll go through, set up your targeting based on that. And so now you can fire over your own custom events on Facebook and go from there. And I haven't even tried this yet, but let's just get jiggy with it here. Let's go ahead and do, let's see, let's just try one more. Let's see CF Pro Tools. There we go. And let's save that. Okay, which button did we? Oh, we duplicated that. Okay, awesome. And then let's go back in. Let's try this one more time just as a refresher. So for custom event, so our bottom custom event is going to fire a different custom event here. So if we click this and we go in and look, we can see now CF Pro Tools has been clicked. So you could have different buttons that tag different things and do different custom events inside of Facebook. And so hopefully you can see the power in this. Hopefully you can use it to help better optimize and better target your traffic and increase your conversion rate, increase your sales based on running ads to audiences that are more likely to go through and buy. So hopefully you find this helpful, and I'll talk to you again real soon.